Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today, we're going to be talking about another watch I acquired the other day as part of my collection of over 160 watches, and this is another homage. Any guesses what this might be homage to? Alright, so this is a Seiko Tuna homage. If you're not familiar with the word homage, some say for the professional YouTubers out there and all the professional critics, you could say homage, you could say homage. It's basically a nice way of saying it's a copy. I don't know where that term started for watches that are copies. When I look at stuff like this is just a blatant, copy of a Seiko design. Now, you can, you're entitled to your opinion. If you don't want to have anything that's not the legitimate design by the manufacturer, buy a Seiko Tuna. But I'm not going to spend $500 on a Seiko, okay, or any watch for that matter. I feel like you can get amazing watches for the $100, $150 price point, and this watch is just another prime example of the fact that you just don't have to spend a lot of money. A lot of guys, if you watch my other video I did on this for the Captain Willard, a lot of people who have both watches will say that the Steeldive is actually better in some respects. So again, everybody has their opinion. I think this watch is fantastic, and you really can't beat the price. Now, Steeldive is a Chinese company. I believe these watches are all made in China. And, a lot of times when you're trying to find this, you might find these on Amazon. You might find these on eBay, but I went ahead and got mine through AliExpress. I will put links to all those different places in description for where I recommend you buy them from the other two sellers, from where I bought other watches from, and of course where I got this exact watch. I want you guys to know, rest assured that AliExpress, DHgate, eBay, those sites, I've seen some guys review this stuff and products from those places say, oh, you may never get your product. I've never had an issue with ordering from China through AliExpress. It's exactly like eBay or Amazon. You get tracking. They let you know along every step of the way where your product, in this case a watch, is at. It's a really safe way of getting product. I mean, at a great price. If you get this watch on eBay, you're looking at about $180. I think I've seen as low as 160, 99 bucks. So again, that depends on the day, depends on what kind of sales they're having, but it's incredible. Now this is one of Steeldive's newer versions. They used to make this watch only in the blue, which is an incredible blue by Steeldive, super bright royal blue. They made it in the green, and then of course the black. If you guys have been watching me for a while, I love kind of that vintage style dive watch. I love my Invictus too, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times I don't always wear a big watch, I'll wear a smaller watch, right? It just depends on my mood. I have a very nice selection, over 160 watches. I have something for every occasion, any mood I may, whatever mood strikes me, I have something I can wear. So again, I've been eyeballing a Tuna for a while. I didn't want to spend the money on a Seiko, and I recently took made the jump, not really the jump, but I basically made the decision to buy the Captain Willard by Steeldive because that has that vintage, what you see a lot of micro brand dive watches. I got it, I love it. Check out my review of it, it's fantastic. So I had to get the Tuna. I've always wanted a Tuna, but I'm definitely not going to spend, again, the money. So $100, you really can't go wrong. Some folks have reviewed the Steeldive versus the actual legitimate brand, the original designer, and some say, well, that the Seiko is inferior to the Steeldive. So again, you're going to get different opinions. I happen to think that this is just a fantastic piece. As nice quality as any watch I have in my collection. Nice quality as my $2,000 Aqua Dive, my Visser Dive watch, and my expensive Alexander watches. I mean, this is great quality, great, just as good as any reserve level Invicta. It's incredible that you get this for this value. Let's talk a little bit about the specs. I'll show you guys what it looks like on the wrist. Again, guys, if you want to make a purchase or check it out, read more about it, I always encourage you guys, when you watch my video, don't just listen to what I say. Actually, click the link and take a look at, whether I link you to the manufacturer's website or I link you to the store selling where you can read a little bit more about it and then decide if you want to buy it or not. If you do get it, let me know. I love hearing about the stories when you guys like, pull the trigger on it, absolutely love it. Thanks, Fat Cat. So I appreciate you guys doing that. But anyway, let's take a look, a couple close-up shots here of this. You can see that awesome Tuna styled case. And now guys, there are a lot of other companies making copies of the Seiko Tuna. Aromatic makes one, I think Taumeister, several different companies. It's just a really interesting design. You kind of have this recessed protected bezel. I'm sure there's a purpose behind that, but I just don't care. I just love the way it looks. And I chose to go with this particular band. And let me just tell you guys a little bit about the watch, and then we'll go back to it, okay? So, Steeldive, it's made of 316L stainless steel. Again, the company Steeldive. You can actually get these if you want, again, through the link. You know, if you get it through AliExpress, you can actually get these unmarked. So they won't say Steeldive at all. They'll be completely blank. So a lot of times I think, I'm going to speculate here, that when you find other manufacturers, I think Addy's Dive makes one too, and I do recommend if you're going to get the Addy's Dive, it's pretty much the same thing. If you're not looking to get the 3 new colors, this is one of them, then go with the Addy's Dive. You can get the blue or the black for, I mean, I think it's like $80. So you're going to save a little money there as well. C3 Lume around the bezel and markers. The Lume on this is good. I will say the Captain Willard model is a little bit better, but still the Lume is fantastic on this compared to Invicta's or Aragon's. I think it's incredible. One thing you'll find a lot of affordable watches, a lot of times the Lume isn't all that great. It still works, don't get me wrong. Lume on this is fantastic. 316L stainless steel again. You have stainless steel 4. I'm not sure what that means. Why they have that listed here. I'm getting this information directly off one of the Amazon listings. It is a screw-down case back cover. I think they just had those as bullet points. Maybe they just cut and pasted this. 47.5 millimeter case diameter. The strap material is 316 stainless steel, but I also ordered for $12 a genuine Steeldive orange strap. So I am just a huge fan. Orange isn't even really one of my favorite colors. Not really a huge fan of even orange, but when it comes to watches, I just love a vintage style dive watch with a bright orange face. They say that orange is the easiest to read. The color is easiest to read underwater. If you're diving, I'm not a diver, I don't know, but I just really like just that bright sunburst orange face. It reminds me of Doxa. Doxa is another brand that I really like, but I would never rationalize $2,000 for a Doxa. I'm sure it's a fine timepiece, but I'm sure it's no nicer than this. You may have a different movement that may be of better quality. Speaking of movement, this is a Seiko NH35, known as the workhorse movement. I hate when people say that. I hate when I say that, but it is a super reliable, great, robust automatic movement. You'll find that used in a lot of micro-brand companies, micro-brand watch companies, and many other brands across the board. Sorry, I thought my phone was ringing there. As far as colors on this, they have a slew of colors. So again, you have the blue, the green, the black. Now, if you get the green, blue, and black, this is the only thing negative I have to say about this. And I guess it's not really a negative thing. The green, blue, and black actually have matching bezels, and I think those are ceramic bezels on those. When it comes to the new colors, the orange, the red, the yellow, and maybe the green. Is the green? I thought there was one more color. I think I'm wrong on that. Actually, the green is the new color. So originally you had the blue and the black. Then they came out with the green, the orange, the red, and the yellow. Or maybe it's just the red. Maybe it's orange, red, and yellow. One way or another, you have 5 colors to choose from. Or 6 colors to choose from. So they're all pretty nice. The yellow is definitely a close second favorite for me, but I went the orange. Again, if you go with the blue, green, or the black, you're going to have matching bezels. If you go with the yellow, the red, or the orange, you have a black bezel. So that's the only negative thing I have to say about this watch. I just wish the bezel, and it's not really a negative, it's just really a personal preference. I wish the bezel was orange to match the watch. I wish they would have done that. I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is. So when you click the link and take a look at some of the other color variations, I think it just really makes the color of the face pop a little bit more. But again, not a huge deal. Again, I ordered the orange strap. These are 12 bucks. I probably won't really put this on the watch. I actually bought this strap to be used on a different watch that one of my Taumeister dive watches, which is black and orange indices, and I never really loved the black watch, you know. So this helps to dress it up a little bit. It's gonna look real nice. Now I'll come back and review that at a later date. Again, it says here Swiss C3 luminous, and water resistance is 300 meters. I probably should have chose a different listing because this is really hard to read. But that's really about it. That's the main points on this here. Case diameter, again, 47.5 millimeters excluding the crown. Case length, 44 millimeters. Lug to lug, 22 millimeters. 15 millimeters in case thickness. Watch weight says 121 grams excluding the rubber strap. And Again, rubber strap if you get the rubber strap. You can order these depending on where you buy them from with rubber strap if you're not a stainless steel fan. Or I mean, I'm all about the bracelet, so I would recommend you order with the bracelet and just get whatever strap color you want. Now, it does come with a box, which I've said before in my other review of the Steeldive Captain Willard. I love the box in this. I'm not a huge fan of Invicta boxes. I don't ever use the boxes for anything. Most of the time they get thrown away. I like the fact that this is small. It doesn't take up a lot of room to keep it. Some of the Invicta watches are enormous. This is just super basic. It does have a rubber seal on the inside, so you could put, so if you're going to use it on a boat, use it as a dry box. You have some kind of foam eggshell interior and your instruction manual. So I like the fact that I can repurpose this and use it for something else. So that's fantastic. Great. Probably the one nicest, probably my most favorite box of any of the watches that I have in my collection. So I just like the fact I can use it for something else, because all my watches get locked up, they go in a safe. So just an incredible piece. You have the crown at the, what is that, the 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock position. I mean, just gorgeous. If any of you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know I love watches. If you watch any other YouTubers out there, I'm sure you've seen a bunch of Seikos out there, bunch of Tunas, and this is just a great alternative to having to spend all that money on the Seiko. Now, this watch is available, again, depending on where you buy it, with your standard, what I would consider like your Submariner, what do they call that? I think it's their oyster bracelet. Again, not to be compared. It's not exactly the same. I just mean, an oyster bracelet's really nothing fancy. It's just 3 links. So your standard 3-link bracelet, you can order this with that bracelet. I chose to go with the 5-link. I don't know, I didn't have any other bracelet in my collection that had that look, and I think it really just screams micro brand dive watch. It's just a really cool look, the way it kind of, you know, breaks up the light, and it's just, I think it looks great on this particular watch. I absolutely love it. So, I mean, you decide what you want, what you like better. Fantastic piece. I was so happy to get this in the mail the other day. Obviously you can tell I can't even really make this video right, because I'm just like so excited to have this. So, it's fun, guys. I mean, what can I say? It's cool to be able to add, you know, new watches to your collection, and for the price point, it's just unbelievable. That's the nice thing about all these amazing companies making these watches. Remember, when people try to tell you, these like luxury watch snobs, that, oh man, when you feel a Rolex, there's just no comparison. You know, your Omegas, your Grand Seikos. No, there are differences, but you're going to need to bust out your electron microscope and take a look at them, because you really can't see them to the naked eye. These watches are amazing quality, and remember, we're living in a world now where technology has come a long way. Modern machining, manufacturing, it's not like it was 20 years ago, where, you know, back in the day where things coming out of China were yeah, the cheap quality, you know, just like electronics. So Chinese made electronics weren't good, Japanese were the ones you wanted. It doesn't make a difference nowadays. The stuff coming out of China is amazing. And let's not pretend, let's not pull the wool over our own eyes here. Everything is made in China. There's not much, and I don't mean everything, but there's not a lot of things you can go into a store and find that isn't made in China. So keep that in mind. These are amazing watches. You're getting an amazing value, and you can really have a lot of great watches in your collection. What's fascinating to me is that if you were to go looking at like your pro divers, like that's a great value by Invicta. This is almost better. I mean, you know, I have a Grand Diver, and I think the quality is nice, don't get me wrong, but this is up there on the reserve level with Invicta, you know. So if you have Invictas, you have a lot of Aragons, Bulova, Movados, if you like the quality of those watches, I mean, even, I don't have Rolex, but I've felt them, you know, I've handled them. To me, I can't really feel any difference. You're not gonna put that on your wrist and be like, oh my God, this is just like game changing. You're just not. So it's just amazing. I can never understand why anybody would want to spend that much money when there's so many cool watches you can have in your collection. Maybe, you know, maybe the Invictas aren't your style. Maybe they're too big. Some of them are outrageously huge. I get it. I love those, but you know, there's something for everyone. And whether it's Invicta or Aragon or Steeldive or, you know, whatever brand you choose, there are amazing affordable watches out there that are just, they look like $1,000,000 and they're just incredible. So without further ado, let me shut up and I'll throw this on my my wrist here. So I have a 7-inch wrist, about 5'7". I weigh about 182 to 5 pounds today. This is what it looks like. I got my size, my height, and my weight. And I mean, man, I love, love, love that orange color. And if you are a fan of Doxa, if you have a Doxa, obviously, if you chose an orange-faced Doxa, you like that look for a reason. This is a great one to have in your collection. I mean, for the price, I mean, and when I say for the price, I mean, if other companies, if they put a different name on it, could charge $1,000 for this. I mean, I have watches, just like, I hate to beat a dead horse, but like my Aquadive is like, I mean, I'm very fortunate that that company was nice enough to send me that watch, and I praise that watch all the time. I love having it in my collection. But when you look at that watch compared to something like this, there's no quality difference. They're both made of 316 stainless steel. They're both nice quality watches. It's just certain companies set a price for their market, what they want to charge for their watches. And once they establish a brand and they get that traction and they start getting that reputation, they can continue to charge that. You know, this is as nice as any Doxa watch, any Aquadive, any watch, in my opinion, on Earth. So check it out, guys. I know if you guys pick this up, you will love it. If you haven't checked out, again, my video I did on the Steeldive Captain Willard, check it out. I'm torn between which one's my favorite. You know, I'm definitely gonna get another Steeldive. They make a bronze, kind of very similar to Doxa's shape. That kind of vintage style dive watch. They make a bronze version, which I kind of got my eye on. So, and they have Submariner homages as well. So check them out. I'll put a link again to this watch in the description, and I'll also put a link to their main store where you can look at the Steeldive store and see all the different homages they have. I think they have about, I'm kind of guessing here, maybe about 10 different models. So, you know, you have your Submariners, a few I don't know, your Captain Willard, and your Tuna. I'm sure they have some other Seikos as well. So, guys, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I hope you watched it in its entirety. Don't be skipping around. Anyway, guys, thanks for taking the time to share this new watch with me. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. Drop me a comment, send me an email. My email address is in the description of every single video. Check out my other videos. Drop, you know, ask me a question. If I can help you in any way, I'm always here for you guys. So anyway, guys, have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Be safe out there, and take care.